and welcome back to the world of Arklands and to Mai's Academy. When we last left our heroes in training,
Elle is no longer dead.
Elle is no longer dead.
He's also not altogether there.
He's doing better now.
He's all there.
Well,
Mentally.
Physically, there's a...
like I said,
50
not all together.
About 15% of him is currently missing.
Yup. With a amputated leg.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah! The group spent some time having conversations and kind of just getting their bearings after the fight. And eventually, after some good talks, Elle was taken home by his own request and had a very good talk with Dio. Dio, in the span of 20 to 30 minutes, flicked him at least 5 times.
At least. It might have been 6.
And called him stupid more times than I could count. Yeah. And it was probably the most healthy conversation I could have possibly had.
Now you understand why Elle headbutted Crow.
Mm-hmm. This explains so much about why Elle is the way he is. But as Elle returns to the Academy, that is where we return for tonight's episode. And welcome back. So, with Elle spending the night with Dio at home, we'll return to the rest of the team as morning takes a ship back to the Academy with y'all on board. Is there anything that y'all are saying or doing?
This is another situation of us transporting Sianda. No one wants to say anything.
Thankfully, this transport is instant. So,
Yes.
Before she gets up after you arrive and dock, there's no need to worry.
About what?
Elios.
Wasn't that worried.
Insight
You're not
check.
there.
You're not there.
This is Ryan making an insight check. All right. Well, I obviously have a 20 in charisma, so
Insight's not a charisma skill.
exactly.
I was able to speak with his father, and we have confidence that Elle will return soon.
But it won't be all in one piece.
No. But this is not a line of work that you have chosen for its safety.
No. It doesn't mean that it can't bother me. You said that if his spirit was all in one piece, he could have his leg repaired.
It could.
How do I start figuring that out?
There is nothing that you can do. If, in the moment of someone's death, sometimes, especially the injury that tips them over that edge, their soul can take damage from that as well. That is why Douglas does not have, despite multiple teachers at the school having the ability to cast Regenerate. Douglas does not, and there are many others. Silver's Eye, for instance, being another. When it has affected the soul, it reshapes what the soul considers to be the self.
So how do we know if his soul has reshaped?
We attempt to cast the spell, and if it takes hold, it can, and if it does not, then we look into other options, which we have many.
Can we go ahead and arrange now to try when he's ready?
There are already plans in place, but your initiative is commendable. Now, I think that that's been quite enough excitement for a little while. You can consider this mission completed, honestly, successfully. Despite everything, you were able to confront and find the source of the monster that attacked Port Seether. And due to your assistance, the dragon that death brought was able to be killed. I was with your parents fighting it. Do not think for a second that your distracting of death did not play a major role. He was focused on you, on all of you. And while that is a very dangerous place that I did not wish for you to be, were that not the case, I do not imagine any of us would have survived the fight.
You told us to run.
I did. And I meant it. Running when you are outmatched is not cowardice.
I didn't think it was. If we'd actually run, El would still have his leg.
Perhaps. Or perhaps he would have lost it another way. Or perhaps someone else would have.
Perhaps my whole family would be dead.
But these are hypotheticals that did not come to pass. What happened, happened. You will not do yourselves any good thinking about what if. Mourn what was lost.
Why are you literally Rocket Raccoon?
Not wrong.
It's the trauma.
Judging by Guardians 3, yeah, it is. Take the time. Mourn what was lost. And then move forward.
My leg.
You're dismissed.
Cass will return to the room to deposit Elle's toothbrush.
Two toothbrushes.
Two toothbrushes.
I was just gonna start collecting toothbrushes now. Is it teeth brush?
No, it's not.
Nope.
Before you reach the room, sitting in your dining room
Of course he is.
is Grave. Well then,
Oh, here we go. I'm so glad Elle's not there.
I think
I have-
Cass walks in, sees Grave, he says that.
it's
Grave.
great to see you too.
It is good to see
morning
you.
filled you in.
Morning. And Hugo.
Ari goes up to Cass and takes the toothbrushes from his hand. I'll put these away for him.
I get the feeling that we're going to have a lot to discuss.
Do I have to be a part of it?
You absolutely do.
The drama's between them.
Not originally.
It's not my fault.
I'm not talking about that being your fault.
Why is
I'm
it-
talking about what else happened.
We can talk about that separately.
Or we can talk about it.
Crow, if I have already learned in the short time that I've known Grave that he does not take no for an answer, I don't know how you haven't also figured that out.
I could just leave.
She knows she will just never stop trying.
She's gonna like turn around to
Elle's
walk
not
back.
here anyway. We're not going to discuss anything yet.
Okay, well you didn't specify.
I'm just saying, don't think I've forgotten.
Cass will go deposit the like just his bag in his room,
In all seriousness,
turn around and sit down next to Grave.
it's very good to see most of you safe and here.
And whole.
You did not
Ha.
say that.
Those that are here are whole.
Exactly.
Those that are here. It is good to see you, Grave. I also know that the same thing that Crow knows. You don't take no for an answer, and you wish to talk about everything that happened, so...
You wish to talk about everything that happened.
Sorry.
Yes and no.
You don't want to, but you do.
I'm not even looking at you. I could feel how smug you are.
I would try to be less if I wasn't right.
Ari takes a few minutes to, like, she puts the toothbrushes on Elle's sink and then starts, like, tidying and cleaning his room.
There's not a whole lot in there.
I know, but she still, like, gives everything a good wipe down and makes sure that it's nice and neat and organized. Make sure the sword is tucked under the bed
Good.
and pushes it back a little bit further.
Has Crow gone to her room?
No, because we were sitting down to talk.
Well, not. He did say explicitly, like, we're not going to talk yet.
Oh,
Not this group, anyway.
she was gonna go find him in his office
That's fair.
and process everything ahead of time.
How are you doing, Caspian?
No, probably about as you could expect. My friend just lost his leg. My home was attacked. I almost lost my family. All sorts of things.
You didn't.
I did not.
Sounds like a cause for celebration.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm the only one who feels like that is worth celebrating. And I understand.
If Hugo had not made it, I'm fairly certain you would be opposed to those who did, celebrating the fact that they had.
And Elle is still alive.
No one is disparaging the fact that you are happy that your family is okay. It's a wonderful thing. But it's also should not be expected that that is everyone's first priority.
No. And I never expected it to be. I stayed because I knew I had to help protect my family. I had to fight. That was the right thing for me to do. I told them they could leave.
Here's what I will say. Whether or not it was the right thing to do to stay is not my place to say. I can see how much your family means to you. And I do not think it was the wrong thing to do. But to ignore how your team feels about you and say that they could leave when you would not, I believe that is where there is some fault. You are not alone. Your actions have an impact. making the decision you believe is right is exactly what you should do. But you also need to acknowledge what impact those decisions make.
Yes. And the decision, how that would have impacted everybody else there. It wasn't just my team there.
I know. I'm just saying, perhaps when your team never even considered leaving you, for you to say that they could have left. It may not sit right. Yes, you told them they could leave, just as your father wanted you to run.
Then maybe we all made the right decision.
I'm inclined to believe you did. If you believe you made the right decision, stand on it.
It'll give you a leg up in your conversation with Al.
Apologize for whatever negative things may have come of it. There's very rarely a decision that can be made that has no negative fallout.
And it's not like I don't feel bad. I feel terrible that El lost his leg.
Have you told him that?
I don't know how much he really wanted to talk about it. I figured giving him a little space for the time being, trying to give everyone space.
To a degree, space is a good thing. But also keep in mind that we have a tendency to fill in the blanks, and what we fill it in with is not always accurate. One thing I have always appreciated about you, Crow.
Is Crow still in the room?
I don't know, you said she was.
I guess I did.
She's chilling on the couch.
She would have made making commentary.
She's making herself a cup of coffee.
One thing I have always appreciated about you, Crow, is that I do not have to guess what you were thinking.
Whatever.
I genuinely mean it. It's healthy communication.
I don't get a choice. She gets up and walks into the kitchen.
Ari comes out of Elle's room,
Again.
looks over at Grave, sort of half glances at Cass. Turns to walk into her room.
Ari,
Yes.
would you like to speak here or in private?
What's there to talk about?
That's not the question I asked. And I believe we all are aware of what there is to talk about.
You said it yourself. You believe that Caspian made the right decision? I disagree.
Do you want to speak here or in private?
Whatever you feel is best.
I am asking you.
Can Harry make the decision? I love it.
Grave is a good therapist.
It makes you feel any better. Al is getting flicked in the forehead right now.
Yes.
I suppose here is fine then.
And come take a seat.
I'm so sad Al's missing all of this.
Honestly, it's probably for the best.
She sits opposite Grave.
What I said was that it is not my place to say whether or not what Caspian did was right. Why do you think it was wrong?
I believe his family could have handled themselves. And that death would have chased us no matter what. Because he was after El. And Caspian, in not leaving, made El not leave. And because Caspian felt the desire to ignore his teacher's instruction to run when we should have, because we were outmatched, El died. Yes, he's brought back, but I can't lose him because of Caspian's selfishness.
You would not have.
It's not a guarantee.
No. I'm saying that if El was lost, it would not have been because of Caspian's selfishness. Why would it be any different? Why does Caspian shoulder the blame for choosing not to leave himself, despite being told to? And yet, yourself and Elios, who he explicitly told to leave as well, who also made the choice to stay regardless.
Thanks, bro.
Bear no responsibility?
Why don't you remember this one?
I'm trying to have a conversation here.
They're having a bromance.
Take your one.
Yes!
Yes! Take another one then.
Validation.
Thank you,
for
sir.
his
May I have some
work.
more?
It's the flicks.
Each flick deals 1d4 of damage.
Crow and I had to go back.
Did you?
We did.
Why?
Because we couldn't leave. I couldn't leave El behind.
And you expect Caspian to feel differently about his family?
I expected that Cass would trust in his family's capabilities.
Then why did you not trust in El and Caspian's capabilities?
Because I knew we were outmatched.
And you think Caspian did not?
Whether he did or didn't, it was a foolish decision.
Perhaps. But it is also a decision that you made. And that El made. El chose to stay. That was his decision.
I suppose you're right.
And all of that is beside the point. Because, truthfully, while there may be some responsibility bared by El, Caspian, or anyone else, the majority, by far, of responsibility falls upon Death himself. Because just as it was Caspian's decision to stay, and El's decision to stay by Caspian, Death chose to attack Caspian's home, to attack all of you. He is who would have been responsible had you lost El. Your teammate making the best bad decision he could. I don't believe that it would have been his fault, even if the worst had happened.
I suppose that is a reasonable perspective.
That being said, you are also correct, as I pointed out to Caspian. To think that his team would leave him is ignoring who they are and how they feel, and making a decision without considering those things is foolish. I'm not saying that I would have made a different decision, but it's still important to factor in all of it.
I suppose then the only one who isn't at fault for once is Crow. Ha!
That can be very.
Slurps her coffee.
Crow, I'm a victim.
Caspian,
It's true though.
I need El by my side. I apologize that has blinded me to seeing how your family could have died.
Apology accepted. And you know I care about El, too. We may not have known each other for too long, but he is a friend, and I wish no ill will upon him. I will admit that for a moment I was angry that death showed up on our doorstep, my home, because I know that a lot of that was his antagonizing death that brought him there.
Yes, he should have told us about that sooner. We could have been better prepared.
But Grave is right that at the end of the day, it's what death did. Death is the one who assaulted my home, killed people in my home. And death will pay for it.
In time. You will not help anyone by throwing yourself against an enemy that will kill you without a second thought.
I have no intention of going about this rashly. I may have moved quicker than I would have liked in making my decision to stay. I was going on the instinct of needing to protect people.
And in that moment, as I said, the best bad decision.
I have no intention of pursuing him myself at the moment. But I don't need to pursue him myself. I am sorry for what happened to El. And I really should have thought about how, if I stayed, the rest of you wouldn't have left. Even Crow didn't. And Crow, I would have thought, would be the first person to leave me when I first met her.
Thanks.
And
Really.
you have proven otherwise.
one.
Since you saved my hide at least once during the last mission.
Yeah, I didn't split, so...
I'm talking about when you saved me from falling off a building, but, you know.
Okay, well,
I'm sure you've
you're just
forgotten that.
stereotyping that I would ditch you on the spot.
Yes, yes.
To be fair, I do believe you. If you did not say it explicitly, I do believe you absolutely would have said explicitly that he would have to fend for himself.
My point being, I know that you all have my back. And I tried to have yours as well. I was also trying to have the backs of my family, and I know a lot more about what my family is capable of than you do, and I was not confident that they would have been able to survive it. Which is why I made the decision
they're
to stay.
NPCs and they don't have plot armor.
Mayhaps.
That's some strong stuff right there.
They're
plot armor.
familial NPCs, which means they have weakened plot armor.
Yep, they're more susceptible.
At least in Dre's
Plot
world.
targets.
Yes.
It really helps if you just start off with them all dead.
Yeah, except you're learning. No, it doesn't.
It worked well for Ray.
Did it?
Oh, it definitely did at the end.
You didn't get to choose
That's
whether
true.
or not you had a daughter. She just showed up.
I know, it was great.
It worked
And then
out
he got
in
his
the end.
wife back, and he had 3 more kids. He's loving it.
I was honestly so pissed at you for doing that because you said for the longest time, no, never want to bring her back, never want to bring her back. Then the last moment, ha, psych guys, I was lying the whole time.
Nope, that was an in-the-moment decision. 100%. Yeah, Ray would do it right now.
Yup.
Going back to our conversation though.
Yes. Back to current campaign and dealing with emotions.
Yes.
Have fun with that.
In the future, though, I will try to be more conscientious of my decisions rather than just making an emotional.
Conscientious means aware of oneself, like a conscience.
You sure?
I'm going to try and think about things more logically than just emotionally. I've never been in a position like that before. So I was afraid.
I understand.
So we all good now?
I don't know. Grave, are we all good?
Despite what evidence you may have, I do not know explicitly what's going on in your minds and hearts. So, that is a question only you can answer. However, I am very proud of the progress that you've been able to make and the awareness that you have.
You know, I never thought that my family would have a therapist on retainer, and yet it appears that my school does. And that you are here more probably than anywhere else.
From what I've seen over the course of this one semester, a on-site therapist is long overdue. Now, my office. Welcome back. Get some rest. And he will go to leave.
Cass will wait until they have gone through the door,
Mm-hmm.
and then he is going to walk over to it, and he's also going to leave.
Okay. So where is Caspian going?
Cass is going to the library. He wants to do some research.
All right.
Nice.
Let's do that first.
Okay.
So, what are you hoping to do research on?
Okay. For one, he wants to do research on the markings on Crow's face. He wants to do research on
Permission?
anything necromantic. He'll probably try and find some time to see if he can locate whoever's been studying the Pale Beast, and he'll want to talk with them. And then if he can, he'll try and remember who that lady was that his dad was talking to, and try and research anything relating to her.
Okay. Okay. So, that amount of research probably takes the remainder of the week.
Oh no, that's 100% fine. That is just. I'm just telling you that's where he's
what's
going.
happening in
He
your...
is
Okay. So,
like
which is first?
first.
Crow's markings or...
No, I think the very first thing that he would try and research is the Pale Beast.
Okay.
So he would try and go find whoever is in charge of that.
Yeah.
Duh. I think we figured that out by now.
Okay, who's in charge of researching? Don't be so smug. Snarky.
The pale bear is under armed guard. Specifically, Musa, the Goliath, who you met on day one. There's not one person that's been studying it. It's
But I imagine there's somebody in charge.
Musa's technically in charge of it and of its security. Idris has been coming by. Solus has been coming by. Renaissance and Morning. Yeah.
Okay.
Idris would probably be the one that you would want to talk to.
Okay.
As the although actually I'll say that Idris actually directs you to talk to Adi,
Okay.
the leader of House Akar,
Okay.
the direwolf.
Oh, okay. The wolf. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he had consulted with her on,
Okay.
and so
Adi is the name.
yeah, ADHI.
ADHI. Okay. Adi. Got it.
Yeah.
So he will knock on her office?
So you go to
Does she live in a doghouse? I don't know.
you go to Tower Akar, which is you've been there before because Tower Akar is where the gardens are.
Okay. Yeah.
The entire thing is lush with greenery. The elevators they have are plants that carry you up to different floors.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like massive leaf platforms that are just.
I love this aesthetic.
There is on a lower level a den, like a cave.
Amazing. I love it.
She is literally a direwolf.
I know, but I was joking when I said that about the doghouse.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, but she is. It is open intentionally for free access. She is a very mother wolf, and so is always kind of available. So
Yeah. Cass will walk in. Is she just like facing the entrance?
currently just laying down. But,
Okay. He'll
she
find
does, like,
a nearby stone and just
sit up.
knock on it.
I smelled you enter.
That's not at all a weird thing to start a conversation with.
Talking to a canine.
I know it's just a very unusual thing to hear. I have a favor to ask, and I'm sure you will probably reject it, but I need to ask anyway. The Pale Beast, you've been researching it.
I have been consulted on it.
Well, I'm not sure how fast news travels. Are you aware of what my last mission was?
I have been made aware, yes.
So then you know that I have some personal investment in...
Considering that the first Pale Beast was your team as well, I would have guessed as much.
Yes, it seems to follow us wherever we go. Even before we got there, it was still attacking the city, so... I want to know everything I can about it. It's obvious to me that death is going to be a problem.
It's a bit of a broad question.
Like I said, I didn't expect you to oblige me, but whatever I can learn, however long it takes. My home was assaulted. My friend lost his leg. This is a bad man. It's not necessarily my responsibility to stop him.
To know?
I know it's too broad to say everything, but let's start with, does it still have a connection to him?
Unfortunately, that is not as simple of a question as it might appear. The beast is no longer animate. It was alive, in a sense. It is now dead.
Even with the fungal
And
additions?
yet... No, I mean... Originally, it was a bear.
Mm-hmm.
It died, was resurrected as an undead. And undead is technically a form of life.
Okay.
Not dissimilar to how negative numbers are still numbers.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it is now dead. 0.
Okay, so his hold on that creature is completely void.
It is no longer a creature.
Okay.
However, the mycelium still lives to a degree.
I hate this.
Fungus is
He's not a fun guy.
in a... I'll take your 2.
Man, I've killed Noah and Kiera today. You're next.
Because I killed you 2 sessions ago.
Exactly.
Well, no, you killed you 2 sessions ago, so you're just
Yeah.
gonna wipe the whole table.
You said 2?
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, I'm aware that this is a meme, but it's also a really good line. Decay exists as an extant form of life.
I'm trying to take it seriously. I know where you're going with it. If you hadn't said that ahead of time, I wouldn't have found it funny. Okay.
What are you laughing at? Do you know the reference?
Yes, I do. Amy loves the reference.
I showed it to him.
It's a good
No, it's good. It's perfect for this situation.
I have no idea what you're referencing.
I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
In its death, it is a source of decay. And in decay, the mycelium, the fungus, lives.
Like a normal fungus, or...
The reality is, it is, as far as I can tell, a relatively normal fungus
Relatively.
with certain unique traits.
Okay.
Obviously made specifically by this death figure.
Do you think it's the kind of thing where if it's left on its own, it could take over another corpse?
No.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the cordyceps?
The what?
Cordyceps fungus.
No.
It is a type of fungus that is parasitic.
Okay.
It infects ants or other insects, directs them to go to the highest point they can find, where it then sprouts from them in order to spread its spores.
Okay.
as far as it can. These are not... The mycelium does not spread. Spores could be used to spread it, but this is not producing any.
So it's sterile.
In a sense.
Okay.
There are no reproductive parts of it.
Okay.
This seems to be the product, not part of a cycle.
Okay, okay. So he's creating these things somewhere and sending them out.
Yes, that seems to be likely.
A bear and a wolf.
And a dragon.
And a dragon. I wonder if by using which animals he infects, we can start to pinpoint where he is operating from.
Perhaps, though with the level of magic he appears to possess, getting creatures from the world over would not be difficult.
True.
That being said, I do think it is fairly likely he is located on this continent.
That's probably a safe bet.
Beyond that,
is there any way to trace him, like one-way trace, where he can't... El tried scrying, or having Grave scry on him at one point, and that was not a...
She doesn't know about that.
Well, she's gonna know now.
I'm not rolling for that.
Oh.
Pray tell, what are you rolling for?
She's to see if she knows about something that would answer that question. There are no methods that I am aware of.
So anytime we try to track him down, we risk him knowing that we are still after him and coming for us.
Perhaps non-magical means. Reconnaissance.
Oh, that takes so long. I mean, yes, we can do it.
But if you wish not to poke the bear, as it were,
I really don't. The last time
perhaps
I got
a lengthy approach is what is most wise.
I will see what I can do then. Would you mind if I came by periodically just to get updated on things and stay in the loop?
Of course.
Thank you. I appreciate you, giving me a sneak peek of things you probably don't want everyone to see.
These are of particular concern to you.
It is. And my family now. Heck, it might even be the whole city, depending on how much people saw before we were able to cover it up. So, hopefully, just us.
It's a very odd, because she is you've talked to druids.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen the way that that Anya talks to her animals.
Mm-hmm.
And while she's speaking common and having a full conversation with you, it is a very odd sensation to speak with something so distinctly inhuman. Like, even Death having that conversation, Death is a humanoid.
Yeah.
Adi is not. She is a beast that has been awakened. And so there is a inherent inhuman nature. Which was off-putting at first. You kind of get used to it, but it's so...
It's like talking to your dog and your dog talks back. It's not
a
really...
little bit, but yeah.
Like if Burger talked to me...
But also, even then, a step beyond that of, she is not domesticated. She is not a... there's a line from something that's in my head.
She's just a little bit wild.
Yeah.
Enough to kind of maybe be off-putting where it's like, okay, we're done talking, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah. And just like, and the longer you stay, the more comfortable the space seems. It's only when you like, it's like when someone reminds you, just like, you are now aware that you're breathing.
Why would you do that?
But it's like that. When you think about it and you're conscious of it, it's like, oh, there's something slightly weird about this. Yeah. But if you're not thinking about it, it's actually like very
natural.
Very natural, especially for you.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Being in House Akar with as Solus, or no, Solus didn't specifically, but we discussed, Caspian having a connection. Your Oath of the Ancients. You do have a connection to nature, and so being there, it probably bothers you a whole lot less than it would bother some other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
I keep forgetting that you're an Oath of the Ancients.
I forget it all the time too, so don't worry about it. I'm a paladin. I forget I have oaths.
I forget you're a paladin.
Yeah, you're just a guy.
Yeah,
I really just am. I'm just a dude.
You're just a dude in a nice suit
Smite
of armor.
more.
Yeah, like
I haven't used Smite, I don't think at all, have I?
Think?
You've used it on like one or two occasions.
Was it one or two? Okay.
Yeah. But
Smite.
and not to crow.
Oh yeah.
In Graves' office.
Sitting
kind
in
of-
the windowsill right now.
He actually, as he enters, he kind of moves some books on his desk, and he sits on it,
Whoa.
facing the thing, and that's the spot next to him.
So a thing that I feel Crow does is that she, depending on where she sits, she's in a different kind of mood. So if she sits on the desk, she's just vibing. There's not really anything wrong. She just wants to be near him. If she's in the windowsill, she's brooding and being a little edgy, doesn't really want to talk much. If she's sitting on the couch, she's definitely needs help. So
Then, with that in mind, he would basically like, hold the door open for you and sit Crow down on the couch. He'd grab the chair and pull it up so that he can face her.
So, what do you want to talk about? You got the gist of it. So we're gonna play this game, huh?
You talk first.
I don't have to talk. We could just sit here all day. She kind of just sinks down in the chair. How much did you hear? Answer me that and I'll respond.
Hear about what?
About the entire trip.
Enough.
That doesn't help.
It's not supposed to.
Where the hell am I supposed to start?
Wherever you want to.
Newsflash, I don't. You're not funny. I can't keep composure. This is too funny.
Grave is such a smug little bastard, and I love him so much.
He is like slightly grinning too throughout this.
Of course he is.
Grave, please. Can we at least make this a conversation?
If you want to talk, yes.
Okay, fine. But you gotta talk too. I'll talk as much as you talk.
Are you okay?
Who's to say?
You.
I'm fine. Like, yeah, things got rough, but I'm pushing past it, and we're here.
Yes, because pushing past it is the healthy thing to do.
Look, I had a nightmare. You know, surprise, surprise. But something was new in the nightmare and might have been real.
I know.
So you did hear about it.
I wanted to hear about it from you.
Look, all I can go to say is that Graves been there.
You mean death?
I was sitting there processing, like, wait a minute, I missed a beat, I think?
Nope. Nope.
He has been
This is how out of it
But
Crow is.
also, death has been there. And I don't know what the hell he did. I don't know how many people he grabbed. How many graves he defiled.
Do you want to go check?
No.
Would you like me to go check?
No. I wouldn't want you there without me.
Why not?
It's personal.
I found my way there the first time without without even knowing you.
It's not about that. I don't know if I want to know exactly how bad it is.
Could be bad. I'm not sure the potential is worse, though.
It's gonna be bad either way.
I agree.
I don't know. I don't know what I need.
I know.
But there's nothing I can do about it. We're no place to stop Death from doing whatever the hell he wants. And I can try and flail against him and fail, and end up more miserable and helpless, or I just move on. They're dead anyways.
I don't think those are your only two options.
What else is there to do? What else can I do?
So it's either fight him with everything you've got, or completely give up.
It's not giving up.
Is it
Just staying out of his business. We know what happens when we get into it.
not? We know what happens when you get into it without being careful.
How do we go about it carefully?
Indirect.
Just watch him from afar.
Don't watch him. Watch. In the desert. How did you know a sandstorm was coming?
You can feel it. See it.
Because it has effects that reach far beyond the storm itself. People have that too.
What are you getting at?
Getting that it seems death likes to make an impact.
A little ostentatious. Ever so slightly.
Don't follow him.
He comes later. Oh, he does.
Look for what he's affected.
So, Port Seether, for once.
What's either?
Except
Any
we
other pale
didn't go and
beasts?
investigate that.
Well, there will be opportunities.
So excited for him to keep showing up.
And regardless of all that, trying to move forward does not mean pushing past it.
We'll figure something out. There's no big thing we can do right now,
No, there's not.
but we'll keep an eye out.
But this is also a lot less about what to do next.
I don't know what you're getting at.
How you feel? What's going on in your heart and in your mind? It matters.
So I process it and move on.
I think you know very well it does not work like that.
I'll work on it.
We will. Because if there's one thing I can promise you, it's going to be a lot harder on your own. For once in your life, you are surrounded by people that actually do understand.
They don't all understand, but maybe they'll be there.
And when Elle gets back, we can talk about what brought you here.
Yeah. But until then, there's nothing else to do.
Go get some rest.
She'll get up and head out back to her room.
What is Eri doing?
Ari makes herself a cup of tea and then goes to bed.
You know what, Val?
It's been a day.
It has. It's been a couple of days.
And I think you could get a little bit more research in. So what would be the other thing that you would want to look into from what you listed?
Well, I guess what would determine that would be, does Cass even know who that lady was, or like how to find any information related to her?
There might be. You can try.
Because if he can't even figure that out, then he'll just go research the markings.
So go ahead. Yeah, go and make go ahead and make a history check.
History check.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. That's a 6.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you're looking at
a 7. I have a +2 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you're looking even so.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where I'm like, okay, I can't remember anything about this. I'm gonna have to ask Dad about it later. So, in the time being, then he'll try and learn what he can about the markings on Crow's face.
I will say that you probably spend the rest of the evening trying to figure out about the lady, and you just dead ends.
Yeah.
But yeah, but the attempt still does take time. The night passes.
I did think of one thing that Ari would
Yes.
do. She's going to write a letter to Olive specifically,
Okay.
informing her what happened with Elle, and not making clear, not asking for any assistance yet, but letting her know, hey, Elle's lost his leg, might be in contact for advice on building prosthetics that can channel magic.
All right.
Defensive magic, specifically.
Yeah. The night passes. If you haven't already, you can mark a long rest. Yeah. And the next morning,
We all wake up feeling a little more powerful.
Elle arrives on morning ship.
Yes, he does.
Do we know that
He
he's
actually
coming in
got
the
up for
morning?
that?
Nope. What?
He actually got up
Okay.
for that
Yep.
in the morning?
Yep.
Wow.
Dio made sure of it.
Yep.
That forge starts. It's like a baker's schedule that starts bright and early.
Yeah, can't let it get too hot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, working at 3 in the afternoon.
So what kind of entrance does Elle make?
normally it would be very showy, kind of calling out each person individually, going over to Ari and making a big display, doing all, like running around, having a good time, saying hey to everybody. He struggles to open the door with the crutches under his arms.
My poor boy.
And he just kind of flings it open and goes in with the crutches.
What time is this?
It's probably like 9 a.m.
Is everybody awake?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
Ari's
awake.
Ari's been up for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say you either hear or see Elle come in through the door.
Elios.
Hello.
I want to roll to see if Cass is awake. Okay, yeah, he's awake.
Yep.
So Cass will probably hear Ari say Elios, and he'll open up the door. El! And he'll run up and give him a hug.
Hi, Cass. I was not expecting this. How are you?
Well, you know, I'm feeling better now that I've had rest. I would ask how you are, but,
I'm fine. I feel much lighter.
you're fine. It's good to have you back, El.
Thank you. Eddie, do you have any tea made? Or
Yes.
coffee?
It's a bit cold now, but I can make a fresh pot. And she turns invisible.
What?
Eddie?
Yes?
Huh?
Where is she?
Where did you go?
Oh, this is new.
What do you
Yes.
mean this is new?
I would say that it is, yes. Can you undo it?
It's concentration, so. Yes. I
Oh, there
can.
she is.
She just reappears.
Okay, she's back. Good. Roll an insight check real quick
Is that the
on me, buddy.
foresight?
Yep.
No, that's just an.
Insight, that's only 11.
Nope.
All
You
I've
have no
mentioned
idea.
this was something that might happen.
Cass
at one
greeted you.
point.
Elle greeted Cass.
That could be helpful later.
I would say so, yes. I'm going to be right back. I did not have a toothbrush at home, so I'll be just a moment. Looking forward to the tea, though.
Yes.
And I will go in his room.
Ari makes a fresh pot of chai.
Which toothbrush does he use?
Hang on.
What does that even mean?
How do you roll now when I'm brushing your teeth?
He breaks it?
Yep.
He breaks.
He has a backup.
He breaks the toothbrush because as he goes to try and steady himself, he falls over.
Oh, no. Good thing you got two.
And you hear a loud crashing noise followed by an ow!
Elle, do you need help?
No! No, I'll get the hang of it eventually.
Caspian, would you go help?
Yes. And Cass will open his door, go in, see him on the floor.
He's laying on the floor with his hands straight up and the toothbrush broken. That was my favorite one.
Well, it's a good thing my mom gave you another.
Oh, that's right, she did. Oh, good.
And Cass will help him back up.
Thank you again.
We're going to have to figure something out for you.
I did see one person who had a fun little contraption that had wheels on it, and they were sitting. I'd love one of those.
Huh. Well,
It was a chair with wheels. What do you call it?
a wheelchair?
That one, yes. That's what it's called. I would love one of those.
How about we discuss that at another point?
Okay, that would be good. I'm good now. I will sit down and finish getting ready.
And Cass will go back out, grab one of the chairs from the kitchen, put it in his room, and be like, just in case if you need another.
The kitchen doesn't have chairs. It has stools.
Bars.
Well, yeah, you got bar stools, or if you have a kitchen table.
That's fine.
So
Yeah, there's.
Oh yeah, we do have a kitchen table. I designed it myself. And I forgot.
Sometimes
Yes,
I
you
think,
did.
But I forgot.
Ari, can you make an insight check for me? Real quick?
Oh yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
I need,
Let's get
I need
advantage.
someone to know. You do?
It only lasts for 24
No, I already
hours.
have advantage
She
on
has
it.
inherent advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
17.
17. Okay. Elle's greeting to Caspian was a little off, but to you and Crow, it was normal.
Off how? Off in an angry way or off in a I don't want to have a conversation kind of way?
Off in a still not quite sure how to interact with this guy, so I'm a little awkward at the moment.
Okay, yeah.
Weird. Almost got his whole family killed.
Yeah.
You know, those types of things.
Yeah, you know, the usual.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, happens every Friday night.
Yeah. You should see a therapist for that.
Grave?
Hey, we have one.
Good morning.
Okay, look. Speak of the cleric and he will appear.
It's also a tiefling, so the other one.
Yeah, that was a good man.
But we don't have those in this world.
No, they didn't. No, you don't. Nope. So, I figured we might as well get the hardest part of the day out of the way.
I just made tea.
Can I get settled first or no?
Your toothbrush is already unpacked.
I cleaned your room for you.
I'll take that as a no.
He did it to us yesterday.
Oh, he did? Wait, what did y'all talk
Takes
about
you.
yesterday? Okay.
Moncrow.
Crow has been here. She's just been chilling in the kitchen, sitting on the counter, drinking coffee.
Oh, up early. For you, at least.
Whatever. It's not worth it. Yes! You good?
Cass makes Elle some eggs. And I got a 15.
Elle's very confused and on the verge of being frightened.
What changed overnight?
All right.
I figured he'd be like incredibly mad at me. What did Eddie do? How many bones did she break?
Not enough.
If, table or couch?
Counter.
Doesn't matter. It's going to be short.
I highly doubt that.
Whatever. She'll get up and head to her favorite couch.
Okay. You can eat while we're over there.
Elle will take his plate and sit one seat away from Caspian.
There he will sit.
Between.
How mad is she at Cass?
She's even acknowledging that
17. She's calmed down quite a bit. She sits between them.
Okay.
And Grave will take the other, chair.
You don't want to talk about him first?
I believe his father took care of that.
Do you not see the lump on my forehead?
And he and I will...
I didn't want to say anything about it.
He and I will
It's
talk
huge.
later about anything else that needs to be.
Okay, I mean, I'm fine.
But I got a message in the middle of a lesson.
Elle,
What?
when will you ever learn to shut up?
He won't.
What are you talking about? Oh, I did call Grave.
Yes, you did.
Dumbass.
Oh, I forgot about that. I was concerned. And I figured he'd be the best to help you.
Whatever.
You can say whatever, it's true.
So,
Okay, look, you guys want to know how I died, right? I was in a camp. My home is refugee camp. You know, social outcasts, all of that, starting our own life. And we got attacked. And we died. And one day I wake up. And I'm the only one. And there's no one around me. See? Short and simple.
I do believe that if you were on the receiving end of that story, you would want some more information.
No, I'm okay.
Ari, I mean this in with all the love in the world. You are not normal.
She already got her info dump.
You did?
Yes.
Wait, you knew?
Eroi told me.
She has her ways.
Uh-huh.
Whatever.
I don't remember. Does Cass know about Eroi?
No, I'm talking about Eroi,
The deity.
Yeah.
the deity.
Yeah,
You know what Eroi is.
So
Are you asking if Cassidy knows about Lord Deer?
well,
Yes,
I meant
Cassian
Lord Deer,
does.
but like he does. She said that
Eroi
Eroi told him.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that she could just talk to Eroi.
Yeah, neither does Elle. Elle knows
That was
about
the first time it
Lord
happened.
Deer.
So
Yeah.
Do what?
that was the first time it happened. So
Yeah, exactly. So Elle goes, huh. And who is that?
make a religion check.
I just did. It's a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Dream spirit?
I thought that was Lord Deer.
No, Lord Deer is a dream spirit.
You can talk to multiple?
Eroi is the god of dreams.
You spoke to a god?
Indirectly, but and I didn't learn much, just kind of small snippets. But anyway, I don't need to be here for this.
I don't know if that was Ari or Amy.
I think it was both.
It was absolutely
Oh, that was amazing.
so. Anyway, for those who did not receive a prophetic dream vision,
I don't get those. No.
It's probably for the better. Look, if you got questions, now's the time to ask them.
Okay.
I want to talk about this moving forward, so get it out of the way.
No, Noah needs to ask something because I already forget. Did you say that the person that slit your throat was somebody from that you recognized
She did.
from the? Okay,
Somebody from the clan.
okay. You mentioned the intruder who attacked you at my estate. You recognized them.
Yeah,
This was one of your clanmates.
was. I don't know if they're the same thing now. Once you're undead, it's just a corpse.
That is what Morning said. I thought there might be a way to bring them back, but she said there is one method that's unconventional. That was proud. She said there's one method that's unconventional. I don't.
she said that she wasn't saying that there was a method that's unconventional. She was saying
That hadn't been researched a whole lot, right?
yeah, basically like it's possible. Maybe there might be a possibility, but it's entirely theoretical and has not been done. Also, there's things like wish spells that can do it, but
Yeah.
That's
Crown.
That's expensive.
Yeah. Crown did it. Okay. So, I mean, I just have questions about the thing that took out your entire clan.
See, that's the thing I don't know. All I saw was a ship with a green dragon on its sails, and they fired gas bombs at us.
Can I make a history check to
go for it.
figure out if I
I'm gonna
recognize that?
do the same thing.
All right, I'm not. I don't want to use have a nat one, so I'm gonna use one of them. I don't care what it like. Yeah, it can be better. It just I don't want it to be a nat one.
I got a 1. Not natural though.
Never heard of anything like that in your life.
I think it's one of the teacher ships.
We would have seen it by now.
Yeah, I know.
El's not that bright.
I swear I saw that ship in the docking bay.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, no, maybe that was just something else. That was a different kind of green. Do you know why at all? No, have you found any information over the past couple of years?
It's only been a year and a half.
Oh, I thought it was longer.
And
That's where you found her?
kind of.
How did you find her? Did you find her
I
like this?
reached out, and then I just walked. And eventually he found me.
I came to Crow's tribe a decade ago. There was
More than that.
there was an illness. It was tearing through Vala. Bigger cities had clerics and doctors and druids on standby. Smaller groups did not. I wanted to help. So I traveled with some refugees and helped where I could. And I cured a little girl who had the shade sickness.
Does El know what that is?
Can make a history check.
Correction, Crow was one of the only people who wasn't sick.
That's right.
Yeah.
10.
10? Yeah, it was a epidemic, kind of came out of nowhere. What, 15 years prior?
Thereabouts, yeah.
I have the exact dates somewhere, but it literally, it was a magically based illness that just showed up in 100 different places in Vala overnight.
Only in Vala?
Some in very southern Mire, some in far eastern Eris. So, it basically, Vala seemed to be... It wasn't isolated to Vala, but it was only on the edges of other ones.
Okay. Jeez.
And it was rather debilitating. It just kind of drained people. But yeah, and so Crow was one of the only ones in the tribe not sick. And so I had a little helper as I walked around treating as many people as I could. And at the end of it, I said that if something like that ever happened again, or if she ever needed help, all she had to do was ask. And so what was it that he actually gave you? It was a...
I don't think he gave her anything.
No, it was a... I think it was like...
It's basically like a sending stone?
It was like a... No, it was a paper bird.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave her a paper bird that she could, if she ever needed something, she just needed to write write.
I don't think we talked about this thoroughly. She, one, can't write.
No, yeah. The writing isn't necessary, but because it had his name pre-written on it, she literally, all she had to do was throw it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It's been so long since we talked about it.
It's been years since we talked about
A
it.
lot of things changed from early character development
Oh, yeah.
to now.
El used to be orange.
Yes, with spiky purple hair.
Yep.
Horrible color scheme. I have to admit.
It was awful. It was hilarious, though.
You were so relieved when he changed it. He was like, oh my gosh, I don't have to draw this guy
As the
anymore.
local artist.
I live to drive the artist crazy.
And so, a year and a half ago, I got hit in the head by a small paper bird. I traveled to where the tribe was. She was gone.
What was there when you showed up?
Sea of dead bodies. Dried by the sun.
Who would do that and why?
You didn't take anything? Or?
Nothing I know of.
Crow's tribe did not do anything to be deserving of such an act. But it's also possible that some enemies that they had made decided to strike in an overabundance of retaliation.
What would they have done as, you said, a refugee tribe?
The tribe offered a haven for refugees.
And criminals and other of the like.
And
We
they
were not
received,
friends with the law.
and they retrieved
Or the rich.
caravans passing through the area often were.
We were raiders. And we made ends meet by hitting the merchant trains that passed through the desert.
So you attacked innocent people?
Not innocent people.
One of the reasons I was eager to help is that the reputation preceded them. The desert wyverns, yes, attacked caravans and such, but they never killed except in self-defense, and they never took from anyone who couldn't extremely afford it. If someone was in need, they were more likely to be invited back than stolen from. Unfortunately, those who have much, they don't like to lose it.
Well, you take from anyone, they'll be mad. Doesn't matter who.
However, the location of the clan was a closely guarded secret. I was only able to find it because they were in such need at the time.
So then,
Nobody was
someone...
supposed to know where we were located. We were buried in canyons. No one should have known. The only people who realistically would be Grave and someone from within the clan.
So you think that someone betrayed your clan?
I don't know. But there's no
Eventually,
way to know.
Crow made her way to the city, and after a few months, I was able to find her. And we've been traveling together since.
So if you didn't raise her from the dead,
Most certainly not.
how did you survive?
I don't know. Realistically, there's no way possible that I should have been revived. There was no one there. I was dead for weeks, maybe months. There's no realistic form of magic that does that. And there was nobody there when I woke up. So, I don't know. For a moment, I thought that Orion had been the one, given his own abilities, might have passed it on to me. But
What were his abilities?
he was a warlock and his patron was a phoenix. And I thought, if anything, maybe he revived me. But that's not the
Would you roll?
case.
19 on the die. I guess is that an Arcana check to figure
about-
out like what phoenix this might be?
That would be a religion check.
Religion. Okay.
Oops.
Where's my religion? Oh man, got -1 as a paladin. 18.
18. That's still there is the elemental phoenix that you're aware of, but given what Crow is talking about, what seems more likely is the celestial phoenix,
Okay.
which is a celestial entity that is, as far as folklore goes, what the elemental phoenix is named after. The original one is the celestial, not a deity, but a powerful celestial entity that is what we typically imagine as a, and its name is spelt in a specific way.
Somebody get ready. Write that down. Write that down.
Yeah, it is all caps, HFNYQS.
I wish to spell this out so I can at least
Yeah.
see it. Could you? What was it? It's HF
NYQS.
N
N.
NYQS.
Phoenix.
A phoenix.
I don't like that.
Neither do I. I don't know why.
It is not
It's like
Dissimilar
a verification passport.
to how Yahweh is spelled.
Yeah. I was picking up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yahweh in the original Hebrew.
Yeah.
Because the original Hebrew does not have vowels. It's
Exactly.
Yah.
Yeah.
Wih.
So it is a similar, yeah. And ancient Hebrew is my basis for celestial. So
Okay.
That makes sense.
Interesting.
So,
Okay, tuck that away.
so I don't know.
Was that who Kakari was talking to you about?
Orion?
Yes.
Yeah,
So he's alive?
apparently.
after I found Crow, we went back to bury them. And I do remember burying Orion. According to Crow and Kakari now, however, it appears that I assume Crow would have shared with
Gregg
Gregg.
was there
when
when
Kakari
Kakari
talked
told
about it.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's been a minute.
It's okay.
According to Kakari, Orion's ability of resurrection was contingent on receiving burial rites. And so, once Crow and I did so, it wasn't long before,
He came back.
indeed. But Crow certainly was not raised through that method.
It's the eyes.
They saw the.
We saw the marks on her face.
We don't know what it means.
You don't know what it means either.
Have you asked anyone here?
I have had higher priorities.
I imagine Crow would not want us running around.
I'm not going to ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only if she wants to know.
I don't need to.
It's not the same thing.
I don't see the point in trying more. We've tried enough, and in the end, it's in the past.
Well, that is true. There are resources here that we have not had access to.
But what's the point of knowing?
Sometimes knowing the past can help you prepare for the future.
And to be clear, it is very apparent how much it bothers you.
If it would give you closure, we can help. Whatever you need.
I don't know. I need to think about it.
That's fine. have another cup of coffee, Eddie?
Just 1 second.
She's off in the other room.
Yup.
Yeah.
I do appreciate you opening up.
You don't mention
I think she means that.
it. Any more questions?
What can we do to help you?
Don't get in my business unless I'm fine with it.
Are you fine with it?
Depends. Right now,
That's progress.
That is.
I don't need anything right now.
Okay, well,
What do you want? You keep saying need.
What I want is nothing we can ever get back. So, we're fine. Am I done?
Yes, and I am very proud of you, Crow.
Yeah. She gets up and walks out.
Well then, I'm going to go see to that. See you later. And Grave will follow Crow.
Yeah.
Crap, now it's just Cass and Elle.
Work it out.
And does Crow ask Grave once they're done talking?
Yeah.
Yeah. To go take a nap.
Take an unconscious take a dissociate in his room.
So long as you are sleeping and not actually dissociating, yes, of course.
Technically, you always have to.
No, it's not the same thing. Go to bed.
Whatever. Close the door.
Caspian,
Cast pain.
what are you doing at this point?
That's a good question. So Grave has left the room.
Yep.
I don't know that Cass feels like he needs to talk to Elle about anything other than just checking in and being like, oh, how are you feeling today? That kind of stuff, which of course
there would be
Elle-
Grave would have recommended, even the previous day, just like, tell him that you're good.
yeah.
Tell him that you and him are good.
If that being the case, Cass would, before moving on to anything else in the day, with Elle being back. So, Elle,
Yes?
are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
You responded way too quick to that.
I'm fine.
Okay, now you're trying too hard.
I don't. What do you. I'm confused. What do you want me to say?
The truth.
I'm fine. I'm missing a leg, but I'm fine.
Okay.
How are you?
Better. Now that, I know that almost everything is back how it should be. Yes.
It's
Look,
okay. It's not your fault.
Well, I do feel some level of responsibility for it, but at the end of the day,
Why?
it is because I chose to stay, and I deep down knew everyone would. And I don't really feel full responsibility for it. At the end of the day, the person responsible for everything that happened was Death. And I want to make sure that you know that I'm not upset with you.
Really?
Really. I was, for a moment before the fight, extraordinarily pissed at you for having brought Death to my doorstep. Very literally. As a matter of fact, he broke our gate.
He did do that.
And had it not been for your actions, putting yourself in harm's way to help make things right, I probably would have been mad at you. But Grave also...
I'm
pointed
confused.
out-
Are you good or are you...
Grave pointed out... I'm saying I would have been mad at you, but Grave pointed out to me at the end of the day it was death that was responsible for everything. None of us are to blame for his actions.
I mean, yes. He did kill me. That was not
tried.
fun.
I guess technically he did, but...
Oh, I was dead. There was some weird stuff going on when I was traveling through the dark tunnel. But
But as long as I have a say in it, you will not stay that way.
oh, good. I like being alive.
Well, I like you being alive too, so...
Oh, thank you.
But I wanted to make sure that... I almost felt the need to apologize.
Why?
For you losing your leg, because I know that was tough on you. It is.
You didn't do anything to warrant that. I mean, you... What, are they all surprised that you stayed to protect your family? I mean...
Yes,
Really? I would have done the same thing.
I know you would have.
That's why
Aries in her room.
that's why I stayed with you.
You and I understand each other in that aspect.
So you're not mad at me?
No. But if you pull a stunt like that again, I might. So please, no more contacting Death. We need him to think that we're dead.
I have played and engaged with death way more than I want to. Ever again. At least until I'm old.
Okay. So in that case, we have reached an accord that you will not contact Death unless unless there is a very specific need that we as a group discuss first.
Oh, until we go to, take him down.
Oh, good. Then you're on board.
Are you kidding me? We can't let him go around and do that. We were absolutely lucky, and I feel awful for the men that died. And I want to do something about that. But I can't. I'm weak.
In time. For now, I'd rather focus on you getting better. And my family has enough resources to engage with reconnaissance on him for the time being.
So we're going to keep an eye on him.
We've got to locate him first before we can do anything.
Before we do anything else, I would like one of those chairs with wheels. Wheelchair, that's what it's called.
What if we try something different first?
Like what?
We still don't know that we can't get your leg back.
Oh, magic. I don't think that'll work.
Do you want to try?
No. I can feel it. It's not normal. I don't even want to go down that road, to be honest.
Okay. Then in that case, we will get you a chair with wheels.
Yes. This is going to be good.
I will go talk with administration and see what we can do to get one set up for you.
And I can store my toothbrush in the back. It's great.
You can.
Oh, I'm so excited.
You can have one more item you have to bring around.
All right, adding to my inventory.
One more item of responsibility.
Toothbrush from Tenet Estate.
Very specifically. But Cass will leave to
Non-magical
go
item.
make arrangements with staff to have a
Magical
wheelchair
item for the
assigned for
purposes
him.
of proper cleaning.
Yeah, they've got they have weaponized wheelchairs.
Can I have one?
Would Elle want one?
Weaponized?
The answer isn't no.
Is there one that
Just have one that
has
shoots fireworks.
extra like buff or protection that it can?
shield.
I will have to look up. There is an entire thing about combat wheelchairs.
Cool.
This is a real
I
thing.
love that.
Cass is going
Be
to
friggin' Professor X. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Cass is going to try and pick one of those up. I would think.
Get that nastiness off.
As
my
soon as
wonderful table.
Elle and Cass started talking, Ari went to her room and closed the door to give them some privacy.
Thank you.
All right. Combat wheelchair
I love
version
that.
3. That's what.
Version 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Mark 3. I love it.
So okay. Simple wheelchair is only 5 gold. It's more like a hospital wheelchair. Combat wheelchair is 200 gold.
Ah.
So they don't exactly just. If it's something that you're going to permanently be using, that's something that they can get you. For the time being, it's just going to be a normal wheelchair.
Okay.
What does the combat wheelchair do?
Combat.
There are different.
Thanks, Kevin.
There are quite a few different.
Missiles, flamethrowers, explosions. Yeah, probably.
There are combat upgrades you can do.
I may not want a leg.
All right, get ready, Kiera. You're gonna have to draw him in every picture. You're gonna have to draw this really ornate wheelchair.
Disability awareness. Let's go.
What the purpose of this is. There's not one that makes it fly, but there is one that makes it float.
Absolutely, Professor X.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have Yoda's chair.
There is a weapon attachment you can get called shin shredders. 4 1-foot-long pronged blades that are attached to the entire, to the center of the chair's rear wheels.
It's a chariot. I basically just made a Roman chariot at that point.
Razor edges, scatter tacks, spider legs,
Spider legs.
suppression tires, wall run, agile suspension, all-terrain tires, arcane absorption, armored plates,
Yes.
cushioned fall,
Nice.
grease trap, mounted sniper.
What? Read that one.
The mounted sniper?
Yes.
A crossbow or a pistol has been mounted on one of the armrests, and a quiver of bolt or bullets fixed down by the seat for ease of access when reloading.
I love the
How would you
idea
use that though?
that
Absolutely
the
not.
pacifist is essentially going to get.
And that's why I
tank.
think it's so fantastic. It's not L style at all. If Crow ended up in one, it's so cool. And I love it. But I also don't see it as being very L. And we can discuss, but
Is absolutely not L.
yeah.
But a
But keep in mind for your next character. Hey, listen, if you
Use
start
another
with no legs, I can't take them.
Because you know what that means? He's just going to take your arms. And then you're going to be sitting there like, I can't move
There's
the
a
wheelchair forward.
self-propelled.
You know what? At this point, I'm just going to be a Warforged.
Oh, lost a limb. Let me pick up another one.
Just augment
Done.
the parts and be like, oh no, that part comes off.
Nice.
Dude, that'd be literal Iron Man.
There is a magic item. It's called an arcane propulsion something or other. It's an actual thing.
Nice. Anyway,
But yes, for the time being, you have a regular wheelchair.
I want to go play basketball.
How?
I don't know.
I was actually going to. I'm glad that you made that call because if regeneration, because there are some teachers that have it, was cast, I was genuinely going to leave it up to you of whether you think what level L has been affected on by this.
Absolutely spiritual. It from the way that you described it, this entire encounter has absolutely touched his soul. Mm-hmm. Both literally and metaphorically.
Yep. It's also a handy explanation. There's just why can't magic just fix it?
Yep.
Yeah, I knew that's what you were going for.
Yep. Okay. Unless there's something. So okay. What I'll say is, you had quite a bit of research you wanted to do. So for the remainder of the week,
Cass will continue to do research.
Observatory.
the light lab.
Yep.
Okay.
Checking them out. It's been a while since Ellen
Yep.
went over there.
How about Ari and Crow? You got like a couple days before the next school week starts.
Probably just work on some repairs on her wings.
Get those the things that Ari made note of.
Yeah.
She can
Yeah,
read
Ari-
the notes now.
Look at
Oh yeah,
that.
Ari will take time to tutor Crow.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
fair. It's something to do.
And
Hey, we totally forgot about that, didn't
Yeah, I don't think Cass is gonna press for learning how to cook from Elle. Elle's been through a lot. He doesn't need the.
Yeah.
I mean, it could also be a good distraction.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No,
Elle
no,
does
it's
en-
fine. Let us
Elle
get a
does
leg up
enjoy
on this.
cooking.
Leg
I think it
What
would
was
be
the
up to
wager?
Elle.
Was there a wager?
I think it was bragging rights.
bragging
I think it was bragging
It was just
rights,
bragging
yeah.
rights, yeah. But yeah, if Elle
200
wanted
gold.
to teach,
No.
quit doing that. You tried gaslighting me last campaign about that.
No, I just gave your name.
No. There's a specific time you tried gaslighting me. We both rolled nat ones. It was
Yeah, that
amazing.
checks out.
Yeah, Cass would learn if Elle wanted to teach him, but Cass would not bring it up
Got it.
unless Elle did first.
yeah.
For
Ari
the time being, Cass will
spend
just
some time in the
research.
library with Crow,
Okay.
kind of teaching her how to read, going through some basic things. One of the first, I mean, kind of after you get the general basics down, I think by the end of the week, your goal is to be able to read The Raven, the Crow, and the Rook.
Fair.
Go ahead and make a just flat intelligence check.
That is a 22.
All right.
It's a yeah, 17.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Do I add that to my tally?
yes.
So I rolled to see if Elle remembered that he was supposed to be teaching Cass how to cook before all of this nonsense went down. As a natural 20.
You absolutely remember.
So before he ends up going to the light lab, he goes, "Oh, right, Cass, I was supposed to teach you how to cook.
Yes.
Great, I got some fantastic new ideas from Gerald. I'm so excited to share them with you. Have you ever thought of putting salt in a cookie?
Oh no!
I haven't thought about putting anything in cookies, so I don't. I mean, I
I'm going
guess,
to teach you
is that
all kinds of things to put in cookies. We're going to do that
Okay.
today.
Is this actually going to benefit his cooking skills?
Absolutely
not.
not.
I'll say if you had rolled high with a natural 20, there is a part of you that knows this could be detrimental.
Elle goes to like grab the salt and he goes, "Wait. Not for Cass. For me, yes, but for Cass, no.
okay? So I don't roll with disadvantage then.
Yes.
Salty chip."
All right, let's see. Does Cass learn anything?
Butterscotch.
He does.
Cool.
That's a 12.
12. All right.
I'll mark off another success.
Yep.
My cooking's at 3 now.
And I think at some point,
Cooking number 3.
Ari does kind of catch Elle towards the end of the day. I know you have the wheelchair.
Yes.
Did you have interest in a prosthetic?
No.
No.
Not even a magical one, anyway. I let Olive know about your situation
Thank you.
and asked if she would be on standby for advice, if nothing else.
I feel like if she got me one every so often, I'd get a little shock in my knee. So no.
No,
I think she would get a kick out of it. Get a kick. I can't do that.
yes, you can. One.
I do
have
have one.
another leg.
It is.
Yeah,
It's my
but
left
to be
leg.
fair,
I
kicking
don't-
someone typically requires your other foot is on the ground.
He's sitting.
He's also right leg dominant, so he kicks with his. He did kick with his right leg. So he did not kick with his left leg. Eddie, I appreciate it, but right now I'm going to accept the consequences of my actions, and I'm just going to deal with it. I don't know if I'll change my mind in the future, but right now I'm content with simply sitting down.
All right. If you ever change your mind,
I will let you know.
thank you.
And thank you for caring.
Of course.
Okay, I need to go teach Castle how to make cookies.
Yes, and I need to go make sure that Crow is actually reading and not lighting the edges of the books on fire.
Did she do that?
Not yet, but you have suspicions.
Not that you found.
I haven't caught her yet. Okay, so with the time spent doing cooking training, I will say for the remainder of the week you can get 1, maybe 2 topics.
Okay.
So, what do you want to...
Ice?
Okay. So, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oh gosh. Alright. Do me proud, please.
We don't cook with eyes, Cass.
Do I want to use an inspiration
Can
for
Ari
it?
help him
What?
with that?
This,
I mean, he hasn't
Would she be?
told... He hasn't told anybody that that's what he's researching. He's just been, like, leaving to go do research.
Would
He
you-
hasn't been
Oh,
talking
okay.
about it.
Yeah.
would you roll?
I rolled a 6.
Would you
I wanna-
Would you tell Elle that you were going to do research?
He'd probably say, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do research, but he would not be...
Specific about what?
Yeah.
Would you request any?
Like Bardic Inspiration?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, why not?
Yeah, it's just a...
I just got to know to mark it off.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna reroll that with inspiration,
Got it?
because it was a 6 on the die, so there's a good chance I'll get better. Nope, the exact same. I hate when it does that to me. Freaking stupid. And it's only a 2 on that.
You
so...
get to re-roll that. You get to roll the Inspiration twice and take
Yep.
the higher.
Yep. Hang on. Let me make sure.
And
that
it is
that's
a D8
Because
now.
it's a D8 and
mote of inspiration.
mode of
Oh.
inspiration.
So
Okay.
where are my motes?
Cool.
There we go. Yeah, ability check.
I know what it is.
Nat 20?
That's a nat 20.
Wait.
For the record, I was talking about the Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, okay.
However,
I will let him use my
expend
inspiration.
1 actual inspiration, and I'll let that stand.
Yes.
Okay.
So you don't need to roll a bardic inspiration die. You can have my inspiration from when Elle started sobbing like an infant.
Cool. Thanks,
Yeah.
bro.
You come across a very old. It's not a book.
Is it a scroll?
It is a scroll.
You found the Elder Scroll.
I did.
It is not written in common. It is written. What languages do you speak?
Draconic, Elvish, and I put Halfling. I'm meant to ask you about what other language I would read.
Halflings are
That's
paradise.
yeah,
Yeah, that's not. That needs to be changed.
yeah, that would definitely be.
I don't know what the languages relate to or where they would be, so.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Go ahead and make a separate Arcana check to see if you can recognize this language.
This one you can use the bardic inspiration die for.
Okay, cool.
And you get to roll the Bardic Inspiration die twice
Yeah,
and take the
okay.
higher number because of Mode of Inspiration.
Oh no. Okay, cool. That is what is this? This is Arcana?
Yeah.
Flat 20.
Flat 20?
Nice.
You do recognize it as Primordial,
Okay.
which you do not speak, but you can definitely find someone who does.
Okay.
The reason it draws your attention is because you see, you're kind of just looking through, and you just something. It's
Maybe I see like the geometric pattern or something like
exactly. It's you find in a book references to geometric patterns and platonic solids in reference to elemental attunement. And that directs you to finding the scroll. And it's like an offhand mention that is like cited from something else, and so you go to the source.
Okay.
And you find a depiction of a tetrahedron, which is
Is it a D20?
D4.
Oh, it's a D4. Okay.
And displays of showing different parts of the body with that triangular geometric patterns, the eyes being one of them.
Interesting. So you said I found somebody to help
You can,
translate?
yeah.
Aaron
Or I
has
can,
comprehend
okay.
language.
Cass will. Can I just like take the books with me? Or the scrolls with me, or do I have to like write them?
The scrolls you cannot take out of the library.
Okay. Cass is going to like write down which ones it is.
Yep.
Do some very brief, like try and transfer the writing onto like a piece of notepad or paper nearby,
Okay, easy.
and copy as much as he can.
Make I'm gonna say a flat intelligence check to see how accurately.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't imagine it's super accurate. He's trying to just get like the gist of things, if he can. Flat intelligence,
7. You make a copy. You don't know how good it is, but you make a copy.
He is going to kind of tuck that away, and he is.
I will say the other thing that you make note of is that the scroll you find, which depicts the tetrahedron and the geometric patterns, appears to be one of a set.
Okay.
So there are others that it's like a volume 1 type thing. Mm-hmm. So you're not the school might have the others. You're not 100% sure.
Okay. But yeah, Cass is going to kind of tuck that away, put the scroll back where he found them, and he'll leave it at that.
All right. And I'll say I think that line of research covers the rest of that week.
And you said he knew it was primordial? Like he was able to
You were able
identify
to
that?
figure out that it's primordial.
Okay.
And this is aligning with this is like it's clicking in your head of like, okay, I know I've heard of this somewhere before. I don't know where or when, but I know it's somewhere that you've heard of it before. So with that, we do get back to the final 2 weeks of classes as you come to the end of the semester.
Yep.
So, three of
yeah.
you make your checks for your classes.
Right.
And Crow, you are making the
Yeah.
finishing touches on your wings. So, yeah, I would say
It's been a while since I've done this. I'm just doing a perception check, right?
no, it is perception. Yeah.
If I rolled one higher, would have passed. Nice.
It's I'm sorry, what are we?
DC's 10.
Yep.
You can add your modifier, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Which modifier?
Rolling normal.
You're because you're doing the insight class.
I am doing the insight
So-
classes.
Yeah, so it'd be insight.
So yeah, you make an insight check.
22.
22. All right.
Wow.
24.
Got a 9.
Wow.
It was so close. No. Do we also roll for cooking and reading?
Yes. But first,
Real quick.
go ahead. I think with these final touches,
I don't know why.
make
it's
a
70.
Smith's tools
I had
check
8 successes.
with your intelligence.
If it was a natural 20, it would be 2, right? 2 successes. Okay.
What would the?
So
I'll take 8 successes.
you have a +8 to the roll.
Okay, cool. Nice. That is a 17.
All right, total.
Yes.
Got it. That
If
is a
that's
success.
not a okay.
That's
If
a
it wasn't,
success.
then I'm gonna roll inspiration. But
Yep. All right, and then cooking and
I got a 5 for cooking.
oof.
Brother, come on now.
You burnt your grilled cheese.
Oh, that's a good sign.
What is the addition for that?
Intelligence.
You're just making a flat intelligence
Yeah,
check.
that's gonna be an 8.
8.
Oh, both of
However,
us
what if I
struggle.
inspiration?
You can. If this is what you want to spend it on.
I have 2.
Do it.
She wants to beat Cass.
That's right. She can't beat him physically.
There we go. 19.
It's true.
19. Out of success. And then for the final week of classes,
Yep.
you will not roll for your classes because instead, as this is the final week of the semester, you have your exams.
Uh-oh. Oh,
you
no.
have the final.
I skip out on exams.
little bit.
Sucker!
That's true.
Ari likes tests.
No.
Yeah.
Probably very good at it.
Yeah.
They have -1 or -2 in intelligence.
Well,
But this is not like write out exams. This is,
That's true.
you know,
It's
I mean, this will be
variety.
used in wisdom, which I
Yeah.
have a +1. So,
I'm going
Same.
to-
yeah, look at that. We're both equally mediocre.
So, for every success you got over the course of the semester, you will have a +1 to your check.
So I have 5 successes, so I get +5.
Yep.
You have +8. So.
Let's
so I
go.
have 8 because I only failed 1,
Yep.
I think. So
Additionally, you can. Well, no, I'm just going to say that that's. Yeah. There's another mechanic of like pulling an all nighter potentially in the original book of that, but.
I don't think Cass would want to do that. He would want to get sleep before a test
Yeah.
anyway.
All right. So.
This could decide his fate.
This could go really poorly or really well.
And I used all my inspiration.
They're all gone. I
all gone.
gave you mine.
You did. You gave me yours, which I very much appreciate because that was
That was pretty good.
that was good. That yeah,
I
not
have
to be
2,
wasted.
so-
Oh, thank you. Are you offering them?
So
Oh, okay.
you are going to make 2 rolls.
Okay.
Okay.
The there is a DC for the first one and a DC for the second one.
There's 2 tests.
The DC for the second one is 5 higher than for the first.
Okay.
First exam is DC 15.
Okay.
This is a thing where
I have a 50-50 shot.
If you have attended all your classes, you should have a good chance of,
I've got a 50-50.
of succeeding.
This is one of the most nerve-wracking rolls I've made.
I know. Why is that?
Why are we having school stress all over again?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Can I give myself bardic inspiration?
No.
It checks out after everything you've been
What'd you
through.
roll, buddy?
11.
Total?
Yes.
Don't you have a
+8.
And you are making an insight check.
No.
Oh wait, we
said-
add our
service.
modifier as well.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've got a plus. You add. Well, how much do you add to that? What's your insight? 15.
15.
It means-
No, you are making the check that you've been taking the class for.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's
Okay.
D20 plus
just
8
met that.
plus
Oh my god!
Excellent.
That makes me feel so much better. I was like, oh man, this is gonna
No, you'll
suck.
be taking all your
Okay.
classes. This should be fine. DC 15.
So yeah,
That's not
okay.
fine.
No, it's
So,
not.
so I got a 27.
All right. So
I'm not gonna roll a
all you
27.
have
the
at
next time.
least passed.
Okay.
32.
Second roll. For the second roll,
I assume DC 20.
it is. Yeah, I'm figuring out exactly. Either it's DC 20, or it's the same DC, but you don't get to add your original your skill modifier. Because this is whether or not you ace the test.
Oh, aced it.
Okay.
Okay.
Which determines how much of a bonus we get.
Yeah.
Nice. He aced it.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
think
which?
honestly, I think I'm going to do both, where it's DC 20 and you don't add your original modifier, so it's only the from the bonus from the classes.
Cool.
I barely miss it then.
Oh,
It's an
no.
18 total.
18 total.
Flat 20.
Flat 20.
Nice.
25.
25.
Nice.
I mean, if you have inspiration,
I do not.
Do you want it?
what'd you roll in the die?
I rolled a 13 on the
You rolled a
die.
13.
So I'd have to roll a 15 or higher.
If I use one of my inspirations, does it have to be? Because I just want to see if I get a natural 20. Do I have to use the inspiration die, or can I just take whichever's higher?
Typically, I allowed you to take whatever's higher.
All right. I'm going to use one of my inspirations then. Do you want the other one?
She does have 2. I mean, I'm happy with a 25.
I mean, I guess it couldn't hurt. It'd be nice, but yeah, I'll give you one of my inspirations the next time.
Okay.
I'm taking one out on loan. Taking it on credit.
Oh, I see that.
One away from the nat 20.
Nope.
One side away.
We're sticking with the flat 20.
The
All
20
right.
was staring at me, dude.
It was.
So,
mocking
because you two aced the exam, you get a +2 bonus to insight and a +2 bonus to perception.
Nice.
And Noah, you still passed, so you get a +1.
Ignore that natural 20 for whatever reason.
And Crow.
Yes.
One final Smith's Tools check.
Nice. That is a 16 plus 8. 24.
All right. And so how many successes does that bring you to?
That brings me to 7 successes.
7 total.
Hey.
Because I had 1 neutral and 1 fail.
I thought it was
I don't know
10
what the-
basic classes.
Oh, yeah.
It's not my third highest modifier.
I'm probably missing
Plus
one.
11 for major expertise, and then plus
2 weeks that you spent on missions.
Right.
Okay. I will say between those, neither of those 2 weeks you spent out particularly long. So make one more check.
Okay.
That's your passive. Is 24.
15 on the die.
Man, maybe I should have done that for persuasion.
Because 8 is how many you needed.
Gotcha.
I'm getting expertise in perception.
And so I was like, there should be, because you were good. And I was confused.
Good night.
Because there was supposed to be space for 2 failures, and if you got less than that,
Yeah.
or if you failed more than that, then you wouldn't have.
Gotcha.
So, let me look up real quick. Weapon. Where is the...
I get to set my wings on fire.
Amazing.
I passed
Crow is
it.
even
Alright.
more dangerous now.
When you want to, you're
One more time.
your wings do an extra. What damage die do they do now?
Fire?
What
Oh, slashing. Slashing.
die? What damage die?
Die. 10.
A D10.
Ish.
Okay.
Do I get extra detail to fire?
No, it is 1d6,
Okay. That's
but on every attack.
that's pretty
You basically have a perpetual,
Is that something
green
we can
flame blade
add
at this
to
point.
The item,
It is something
so I don't forget.
even though
Yes,
that
I
was a
will.
D8.
Thank you.
I didn't know whether or not to before.
An extra D6 every attack? Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Beautiful.
skill.
I'm a fighter.
You can attack twice.
Oh, yeah. It's action surge.
Extra potential plus you. 12
Plus
damage.
you.
right there.
Potential
Plus
plus
you
you.
again.
Bless you.
Yes.
And with that, your first full semester at Mize Academy concludes.
Wow.
Wow. It only took us an arm and Elle's leg, but we did it.
Hey, guess what? My passive perception is a 24 now.
Very nice. The next day, the first day of summer break, it is the 6th of Kalaka. Funnily enough, summer break happens at the end of summer. It's about a month long. And this summer break does dip into the first month of fall a little bit. So it is the 3rd month of summer. And you finish your final night in the dorms for the time being. And all wake up to...
Cass will get out of bed, open the door.
Aries already awake, she opens the door first.
Okay.
At Ari, as you open the door, Adira, Caspian's mother.
Oh.
That is not who I thought was going to be there at all.
Hello, Mum.
Hello! And she comes in and gives you a hug. Long time no see.
I know. Hopefully this time will be less eventful.
Well, less danger.
Less dangerous. Very least.
Yes. Well, tell your friends to pack their things.
Huh?
Cass will just stand in the middle of the floor. You've all been invited back to the tenant estate.
An invitation is a kind way of putting it. It is at my insistence.
Mum's making you go.
Elle is very uncomfortable.
Pack your toothbrush, Elle.
We were not able to enjoy our amenities or our hospitality as much as we really would have liked you to. And we want you to know that what happened does not fall on any of your shoulders.
Did you repair the roof?
It has been.
Sorry about the skylight.
I do not believe that was your fault.
And the gate.
Or that.
And the front yard.
Again, Elle, that was Seth's fault.
And I have also taken the liberty of inviting your teacher.
Oh, great.
Yes. You have spoken so highly of him and the connection that he has to you all that it only feels right.
Crow opens her door. What?
Yep, that's
You're coming
right.
to spend the summer at our estate.
The whole summer?
Grave! She goes looking for him.
I imagine at that point Grave pops up and he's like, "Oh, you've told them. Good. Are you packed?"
Heads up would have been nice. I wasn't.
Well, I didn't know either, but there is no dissuading my mother when she puts her mind to something. Just follow suit.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Can my dad come too?
Certainly.
We have enough room.
His father is a wonderful man.
I look forward to meeting you.
I will ask him then. Thank you.
We'll send a ship. Yes.
Alrighty then.
And as you prepare to start your summer break at the tenants, that is where... That is where we are going to end tonight's episode. Thank you very, very much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Good night.